will probably show up.
All right, so let's run it down. When was the first contact from us that you now think of and go like, oh, those fuckers? They knew all along.
The first one was the NWO. That's the one I jumped to right away.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, like things are cool between us now. We could do that and whatever.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, what if we did this? I'm like, yeah, dude, we should totally do that. And you're like, yeah. And I'm like, looking back on you.
Like, I had already pitched that to John as how we should do this at that point.
So there's that one. There's the obviously the Game Jam one was the day before.
Right, yeah.
So I was like, hey, how are you guys handling this Game Jam thing? Would it be okay if we came and covered it? And we're like, yeah, maybe we'll talk about it more tomorrow. Not knowing that tomorrow would be the announcement.
Yeah.
And CBS Interactive is doing its thing.
Yeah.
So that was the other man. Guys.
And then Ryan said that he had been planting some stuff with you.
Him, I don't necessarily remember because they just say the most random crap
right.
to him
Yeah.
all the time
yeah.
anyway.
Yeah.
So
For the longest time, I thought you knew. In some other conversations we were having where you were telling me about some stuff that was happening over here, I was like, oh man, he's got to know. He has to know. And at the time, no one was supposed to know.
Yeah.
So part of me was like, I should see if I can get him to say that he knows, because he's not supposed to know.
I had honestly no clue whatsoever. We were actually really surprised that it was kept quiet for so long.
Yeah, so were we.
Because it was just like, holy crap. But it's one of those things, too. If somebody told you that it was going to happen, you would have just been like, shut up, you're crazy.
Right, yeah.
So,
I still think my favorite one, my favorite one is the Game Jam one, but my second favorite one was seeing you guys leaving that Microsoft event as we were getting there and just being able to say, hey, see you soon. and knowing... Well, yeah, obviously no one could pick up on that, but that was...
I don't know, I guess I knew something was up just because I guess it just seemed like the boundaries were dropping a little bit, that if you guys wanted to do stuff... I don't know whether Kevin was on your podcast, whatever, or one of you guys came over here. We were going to do that eventually anyway.
Yeah.
So I think that's what kind of.
It didn't stop you from getting a little defensive when I started needling you for info, though.
Yeah. Yeah. So Brad's asking me who's your esports guy? I don't know, Brad. It's a bunch of people.
What did you say? What are you, the esports cop or something like that?
No, I said, are you a cop? Because he just kept asking me over and over, who's doing this? And I don't know. And then that makes total sense now.
So that was actually the secret most fun I had through this whole process. It was so stressful and so crazy, but to have that and have that inside of knowing that you were going to have this moment at the end of all this.
I'm happy for you.
Yeah. So that was what kept me going through the dark times.
Because that was the first thing when I was told when it was going to happen was holy shit, and the second thing was those fucks.
Yeah, because you found out the night before.
Yeah, we found out the night before, and I'm just sitting there thinking the goddamn signs were there all along. And
I wanted it to look like the end of BioShock.
Yeah.
Or Kaiser Sose, basically. Just have everything unfold.
Montage of all the shots from the last 6 months.
It's not ironically. You're not even doing this ironically.
Yeah. So yeah, screw you guys. Welcome. Thanks. We're happy that there are more people to take up the private bathroom.
Yeah, I've been using it. Yeah.
I noticed that it already got shut down once.
Yeah, that was probably me.
If you go up to it and it's locked, do you immediately proceed to the regular bathroom?
Yes, I do. Yeah, that's.
You don't hover around that thing?
No.
Open or
No, I don't want to be the guy who's waiting for the private bathroom, because then you know why they'd be waiting
I
for
wouldn't
it.
suggest anybody do that.
Yeah.
You can also quietly make your way back to your seat.
What I like to do is I like to jingle the handle a few times. Why is this locked? And walk off.
I love the people.
I'm gonna get my keys and get in here. One time, this was obviously years ago. One time I forgot to lock the door, and I was.
Kevin apparently did that today.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Yeah. That was. So I was sitting in there, doing my thing. And then just someone burst, and I forget who it was. It was someone way higher on the chain than me. So it was this awesome moment of whoops.
I did that on an airplane one time.
Oh, that's nice. How did you? The lights don't turn on if you.
I don't know.
Are you trying to join the Mile High Club by any means necessary?
Maybe I have.
Hey, why don't you come in here?
Maybe I've been drinking.
Tapping the door. checking to see if. Yeah.
All right, so that's that story. I just wanted to make sure that story got told before we all forgot
So
it.
happy for all of you involved that you were able to take humor out of my predicament, I guess.